B. Listen to part of a lecture and answer the questions.
After food is swallowed, the digestive process keeps going in the esophagus. The esophagus is basically a long tube. It pretty much goes straight up and down from your mouth to your stomach. At the top of the esophagus is the upper sphincter, which is a ring-like muscle. This stays closed most of the time for good reason. See, after you swallow, the upper sphincter opens up to let the food in. Then it closes right away so that the food doesn't come back out. So once food is let into the esophagus, a process starts that's called peristalsis, the wave-like movements of the muscles. During peristalsis, the muscles in the esophagus push the food down the tube. Picture a toothpaste tube. To get toothpaste out of the tube, you have to squeeze from one end to the other. That's what peristalsis is like, except that there's a wave-like motion from the top of the tube to the bottom. The food is pushed in front of the wave till it reaches the bottom of the esophagus. At the bottom of the esophagus is the lower sphincter. When food gets to that point, the lower sphincter opens up to let food pass into the stomach. Then it closes up really fast so that the acids from the stomach can't get into the esophagus. And speaking of acid getting into the esophagus, those acids are what causes the feeling called heartburn. Heartburn doesn't actually have anything to do with the heart. Actually, heartburn takes place in the esophagus. It's what happens when the lower sphincter gets weak. Gastric acids from the stomach enter the esophagus. They cause a burning feeling. See, these acids don't cause problems in the stomach because the stomach has, it has a lining, kind of like armor, that keeps it from getting hurt. The esophagus doesn't have that kind of lining or armor, so gastric acids can really harm it.
1. What is this lecture mostly about? 2. Why do people experience heartburn?